Hello everyone, welcome to third video of my Baldur's Gate 3 spell guide series. I personally prefer to continuing with conjuration spells because I think they are one of the most varied and complex spells in the game. Today we are going to conjure a Planar Ally. Let's start with the first summon called Cambian. It is a fiend whose level increases with the level of spellcaster. Actually, every creature that we are going to summon with the skill Planar Ally, their level will increase with the increasing level of the spellcaster. For a level 12 summoner, it has 82 hit points and 14 AC, and it is resistant to all 4 elemental attacks and slashing, piercing, bludgeoning damage. It cannot be disarmed and is able to see in the dark up to 12 meters. It is able to dash, fly, disengage, and hide. It carries a spear, therefore Cambian can use its main attack without getting too close to the enemy. Let's continue with its spells. The first one is called Rays of Fire. It hits 3 fire rays to the target and give 3 to 18 fire damage for each successfully hit fire ray. Also, Cambian could use it to attack more than one target, making the spell very useful while fighting against lower HP enemies. Next spell is Fiendish Charm. It charms the target and provides advantage for the charisma checks in dialogue. Also, the charmed target cannot attack the spellcaster. There are certain limitations of this spell. The target must be a humanoid, and it should not be harmed for charm to continue. If it is harmed by caster or another creature, the charm breaks. The previous skill, Charm, works like a charm with the next spell called Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss deals 10 to 55 psychic damage to a charmed opponent. If the opponent is not charmed, you cannot use this spell. Lastly, it can use Rush Attack that deals 5 to 8 damage and possibly cause off balance. Before continuing, could you please consider subscribing the channel? Unfortunately, there are not many subscribers and the motivation of subscription is much greater than the views. Thank you. The next Planar Ally is Deva. Similar to Cambian, it can dash, disengage, and hide, but it also can help downed characters to get up. It is my favorite summon due to those 2 upcoming spells. First one is Wrathful Smite. It deals 10 to 48 bludgeoning, radiant, and psychic damage, and possibly frightens the target, which blocks the target from any kind of movement and makes them easier to hit. The next spell is Revivify. Well, you know what it does. It revives a dead companion with 1 HP. A perfect spell to save money and revive scrolls. Main hand attack of Deva deals both bludgeoning and radiant damage, which scales 9 to 42. Lastly, it can use Concussive Smash, which deals a ton of damage, and possibly dazes, which forces the target to lose its turn. Last but not least summon is Ginny. Main hand attack of Ginny deals 9 to 32 slashing and poison damage. It cannot fly like the other 2, however it can use a free Misty Step as a bonus action every turn. This spell, which is called Shifting Winds, allows the Ginny to teleport a location in sight. This action is great for reaching enemies that are far away or higher than you. Thunder Wave is the spell that pushes and deals 5 to 40 thunder damage to all enemies inside the rectangular area. As demonstrated, it is a great way to push enemies from cliffs, even the multiple ones. Unfortunately, Halsin fell from the cliff and we have to continue with Shadowheart for next spell, which is Drunken Inhale. It deals 4 to 32 poison damage and inflicts drunk debuff on the target. It gives a disadvantage on charisma and dexterity checks. Lastly, it can call for a whirlwind and restrain the targets inside of it. As you can see, the allies are not affected by whirlwind. Here it is. Now you can call one of those 3 mighty creatures, and certainly they are perfect summons for a cleric. I hope to see you in another video. For now, goodbye.